Plymouth Belvedere, the classic that defines American elegance. Imagine, if you will, the mid-1950s. America was in its golden age. Elvis was swiveling his hips, Sputnik had yet to bleep its way into orbit, and cars were becoming less about sheer functionality and more about swagger and style. Enter the Plymouth Belvedere, a car that became the quintessential image of American motoring elegance-rolling chrome and tailfins. Launched in 1954, the Belvedere began life as a stylish full-size offering, pitched smack dab between economy cars and luxury cruisers, a sort of automotive middle class. But oh, how it stood out. Unlike the steady and pragmatic Plymouths that preceded it, the Belvedere was a beacon of flash and pizzazz. You see, this was an era where the automobile wasn't just a machine. It was a work of art. Let's start with the design. By 1957, the Belvedere had truly found its stride. Sporting the infamous tailfins that looked like they'd been inspired by fighter jets, it was pure, unadulterated flash. The front grille was wide, smiling, and full of chrome, a nod to the jet age. This car was more about showing off than blending in, and it did it with more panache than a Las Vegas showgirl. Pop the hood, and you'd find a selection of engines that transformed the Belvedere from a mere cruiser into something of a beast. One of the most notable powertrains was the Golden Commando V8, which cranked out a thunderous 305 horsepower. This wasn't just a car for taking the family to the drive-in, it was a car for roaring down the highway, turning every head in the process. The interior was no less impressive. Bench seats bathed in plush materials and a dashboard brimming with dials and switches gave you the sensation of sitting in the cockpit of a glamorous airliner. You didn't just drive a Belvedere, you piloted it. The sheer size of the thing meant you felt like the ruler of the road. Visibility was excellent, not just because of the large windows, but also because other drivers couldn't help but notice you. But the Belvedere was more than just a pretty face. It had its share of innovations. For instance, the push-button automatic transmission, an oddity today but a marvel back then. Imagine shifting gears with the same ease as pressing elevator buttons. It was both futuristic and strangely endearing. Driving the Belvedere, however, was an exercise in understanding the limits of suspension technology of the 1950s. It floated down the street like an overstuffed sofa on wheels. Corners were tackled with the kind of enthusiasm you'd expect from a very drunk dog trying to navigate an ice rink. It wasn't about precision, it was about presence. And yet, that soft, wallowy ride was exactly what you wanted back then. This was a car designed to make every journey feel like a leisurely cruise. It wasn't trying to be a corner carver, it was trying to be a mobile living room, and it excelled at that. The Belvedere even dipped its toes into pop culture. Remember Stephen King's Christine? Yes, the evil, sentient car was a 1958 Plymouth Fury, essentially a Belvedere with a chip on its shoulder. It's a testimony to the car's iconic status that even Hollywood chose it as the star of a horror film. Today, the Belvedere is a cherished classic. It occupies a special place in automotive history, a reminder of a time when cars were more than transportation. They were rolling statements of style and ambition. It's a piece of Americana that encapsulates the optimism, the flashiness, and yes, the occasional absurdity of mid-20th century America. So here's to the Plymouth Belvedere, the flaring fins, the chrome smiles, and the push-button gear changes. It wasn't just a car, it was a glamorous episode in the ongoing series of automotive adventures. It may not have been perfect, but it was undeniably captivating, a bona fide classic in every sense of the word. If you're enamored by tales of classic automotive legends, hit that like button. Subscribe to Autoicons and join us on a journey through time as we explore icons like the Plymouth Belvedere. Buckle up, hit subscribe, and let's ride through automotive history together.